Hi guys, welcome back to our kitchen. Welcome to our home. Today's recipe is brought to you by a craving I've had for the last week. It is very cold here, as it is in most places in the country. There's still snow on the ground, and I have just been craving warm, heavy comfort food, just cheesy, gooey, all the baked goods. And when Kellen and I lived in LA, we were blessed to live on the beach, and there was a place that we would walk to, and a little Italian place pre-children, and we'd grab dinner, we'd eat on the patio, and then we'd walk to the beach and watch the sunset and just talk life and dreams and all the things. So we miss that place. We talk about it often, and our favorite thing to order from there, whether we went and ate there or got it to go and watched the sunset from home, was jumbo stuffed shells. So that's what we're gonna make today. It's super quick, it's easy, it's comforting. But the thing that we're gonna do a little different today is we're gonna hide some veggies in there. So if you are trying to get more vegetables or your kids more vegetables, this is really good. Yes, there's a lot of cheese, there's a lot of other stuff in it, but hey, if we can sneak in some vegetables where we wouldn't normally eat them, why wouldn't we, right? So we're gonna sneak in some spinach and some broccoli, and then we have our filling. So I have my oven preheating to 375. I'm actually gonna get a pot of water going on the stove so that I can pre-cook our shells a little bit. They'll finish cooking in the oven, but we wanna start them on the stove so that we don't have to cook for, an hour and a half. I wasn't thinking Valentine's Day when I started recording this, but I'm in this beautiful red sweater, or kind of reddy orange color. This would be a great meal to make for Valentine's, whether it was for your family or for someone special. You don't have to make as big of a pan as I'm making, but this is so delicious and it looks really pretty. So first up, I'm gonna take a couple handfuls of spinach and I'm just gonna roughly chop them. I don't know what that was. And then also this broccoli crown that I have. So maybe like 2 cups of spinach if you did them packed. The nice thing about spinach is that when it cooks down into literally nothing. So I'm just gonna give it a nice rough chop here. And then I'm gonna take my broccoli and do the same thing. I just wanna cut off the tops here. I really, really, really desperately need to sharpen my knives, but sharpening my knives is one of those things where every time I use the knife, which is almost every day, I'm like, I really need to sharpen my knives. Do I do it? No, I don't know why. So I'm just gonna kind of finely chop up this broccoli so that there's no huge pieces of broccoli. I want this to kind of all cook down together where you don't even know that it's there. It's just kind of hidden in the background. I do not make these videos because I think I'm amazing. I do like the recipes or I wouldn't share them, but more than anything, the reason why I do this is I just want to encourage people to eat in a way that makes sense for you. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you strive for perfection, it's just gonna cause stress and just emotional, mental fatigue. It affects your relationships, your relationship with yourself. Food should be fun. It should be a way to love yourself. It shouldn't be, oh, I can't have this. It can be, oh, I get to take care of my body today. So anyways, little rant is over. So I have a pan back here. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in. I'm gonna dice up some garlic, and then I'm gonna cook my broccoli and my spinach and get that kind of cooked down and nice and soft for our filling. So just a little drizzle of olive oil, garlic, broccoli, and spinach. And then this will just soften after 2 to 3 minutes, and broccoli is just about done. All of the spinach leaves have broken down. The broccoli is getting nice and soft. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this into a bowl. All right, so my spinach and broccoli and garlic are in a bowl cooling a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit of parsley and we are going to make the filling for our shells. I love the smell of fresh herbs, specifically parsley. All right, so we're not gonna use all of this in the filling, but I did cut a little extra so we could sprinkle some over the top, and our water is almost boiling, so we can get our shells started in just a second. All right, so first up, 15 ounces of ricotta, if you're American. Then we have a cup of grated mozzarella, a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan. I kind of err on the side of more is better, so it's about a 1/2 cup. Then we're gonna do a little sprinkle of oregano, about a teaspoon, 1 egg, our spinach, broccoli, and garlic mixture. And then we are gonna do some salt and pepper. You don't need too much salt usually because depending on how much Parmesan cheese you put in, you don't need too much salt because the Parmesan is super salty. So keep that in mind. And now we're gonna mix it all together and it will be ready to go for our shells. There we go. So we've got our nice creamy mixture. It's gonna go into our shells. Our shells have been dropped into our boiling salted water. And I dropped the entire package in there to allot for some broken ones because there's usually a few that break. Okay, so the timer just went off for our pasta, so I'm just gonna carefully grab them, put them in this bowl, trying not to break the ones that are still intact. Hopefully not too many of them broke during the boiling process. Okay, so shells are done. I just ran a little bit of cold water over them, more than anything just so that I can hold them and they won't burn my hand. But we're gonna take our sauce. Oh, that did it. All right, so we're gonna take some red sauce, put it in the bottom of our oven-safe dish. I have a giant cast iron. This is what I prefer to cook in. And then we're gonna fill these guys up, put them in here, a little more sauce, a little more cheese, and into the oven they go. Take my rings off so that I don't get them all messy. You just wanna grab a shell, take a nice spoonful of filling and try to gently get it inside. It's not the neatest process, but it's so worth it. Just like that. Alrighty, now we're gonna pour some more sauce over the top. And then we're gonna cover with some cheese and get them in the oven. Alrighty, just about there. So this is gonna go into the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. And while this is cooking, I'm gonna clean up my kitchen mess. The sauce was starting to bubble, so I took off the foil. I switched the oven to broil so that the cheese got extra melty on the top and a little bit gooey. And then we are done. All right, let's take a look. Delicious. They're all done. I'm gonna bring you guys closer and see if we can get like a money shot with like the cheese melting, you know? Woo! Delicious. Look at that cheese. Come on, guys. Let's just do a third one. No, we can't stop at 2. Obviously, we need a little extra Parmesan. And then I have a little bit of this parsley from earlier and a little bit of basil, because my goodness, do I love basil. There are our beautiful stuffed shells. Now time for my favorite part. Let's take a bite. My favorite part of any recipe, cooking anytime, anywhere, is trying it at the end. I've made this so much, I already know it's amazing. You guys, if you're cold, if you're looking for a hearty, warm meal that will literally heat up your bones, this is a great, great, great recipe. Also, you can't, you also cannot taste the spinach or the broccoli, I promise. So if you're trying to get some more veggies in your diet, in your kids' diets, you gotta try this. Bye guys.